Well, I began my video this morning explaining why I didn't do one last night and what took place last night, and then it morphed into this big story, and I decided to make it my opening for this week, and then my phone crashed. So it's going to be opening part 1 and part 2 this week. I did want to run through what took place yesterday. Now, the reason I did not bring you a video last night was made evident in my opening this week. I'll give you the Coles Notes, the short version of what took place. One, it was late at night, and the females and the little male back there in the car were all asleep and tired, and I didn't want to wake them up or keep them up. And also, there was a minor skirmish. There was a minor, a somewhat heated argument with somebody before, with what management at the Meadows, I guess. And it wasn't attacking one another. It was just, there was a miscommunication last night in regards to the canceling of the last race. I think I ended up playing a major role in that, and although my argument was simple, it wasn't my place to do that. I was fine with that, but I was not racing in race 13 with the track as is. And I think that was the issue at hand, was that there should be a track crew, there should be a horseman's group, and the management, they should all meet. And ultimately, I don't want to play a role in that, and that's fine. And he said, well, if the track was deemed safe, we'd race. I said, no, I don't care what you deemed the track. I wasn't racing in race 13 on that track. I have my wife and my kids here, and I don't need anybody to tell me what is safe or unsafe for me. He said, I don't know you. You may not know me. I've raced in every treacherous racetrack on planet Earth happily, and would do it happily. But when you're talking about horses like that, like the horse I was driving, 51, 52 pacer. One, I don't think that would be a good thing for him to do. Not my horse. I simply told the trainer I don't think I would race on that track, because he simply didn't have enough time to get it right. You could have graded it, conditioned it, put some material on screen. If it's race 5, we race, because they do that. But when you're talking about the last race of the night, when it's already been delayed 20 minutes before anybody's done anything other than screen the track, no, it's not going to happen. And I simply wasn't going to race in it, for the safety of my horse, regardless. Now, it's the trainer's decision if he wanted to race, but he was going to do it without me. And I think everybody, for the most part, was on board. And I got my backup when it came. When it was said to me from a couple of people that maybe the track was safer than I said it was. Maybe the track was in better shape. And then it made me feel like I was kind of being backed into a corner. And I don't get very animated very easily all the time. I do sometimes. Just checking your facial expression. You guys have seen me be a little edgy. And it takes a lot for me to boil, like completely boil over. An exit, yes. You still got to use the bathroom, Ava? Ava's getting a little quick lesson in, I guess that'd be biology, physiology. When you drink buckets and buckets of liquids and then drive 4.5 hours, it's very difficult to make it the whole way. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. I was put in a position where maybe my voice was heard a little bit more than it should, and I was happy to say that. I can't speak for the majority of the people at the Meadows, nor should I. I'm a Canadian. I don't live in Pennsylvania. It is not my job. But I will absolutely speak to what I feel is safe for Anthony McDonald and the people in this car. As my kids and my wife are in the kitchen, I don't mind going to race. But I do mind going to race on a track that I think is maybe not as safe as it could. And that's not the track's fault. Did you guys see what happened in race 12? The monsoon that blew through? There's nothing anybody can do about that. I'm certainly not blaming them. Oh, your track's not safe. The Meadows is probably one of the safest tracks around that I've been on. I think they do a tremendous job. Why is there 7,000 people lined up for... Are they giving gas away here?
I think you should go in there.
You can go in there, right?
Does anyone else have to?
Oh yeah, we don't need gas. What the hell am I doing?
I don't know.
Okay, there you go. You're such a... So, I simply just told them, I agree with everything you say, but when it comes to my safety, I wasn't racing race 13. End of story. And I don't need anybody, not management or the track crew or anybody else to try and convince me of otherwise. I already know. I've been doing this a very, very long time. Hey, relax. I've been doing this a very, very long time. What?
Who's not relaxed?
I'm not. I'm trying to do a video and you're saying wait for him like he's 2. He's a 10-year-old boy. He'll be 11 now, I think. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but the mood that I was in factored in with everybody sleeping in the car in the darkness. I just didn't want to do a video last night because I was enthusiastic about what took place. I was very, very happy with what I saw for the entire night, and I wanted to go through it properly. So one of the people in the family get up early today.
Oh my God.
And then Addie was up early today, but everybody else wanted to sleep. So we didn't actually get underway to Michigan for till 10 o'clock or 10:30, and where we are on our way now. So Tactical Mounds raced good. You know, Megan sent me a note last night and said, I thought the filly raced well. You know, she was out the whole way. I said, Megan, she was coming off a poor performance, a rare poor performance for her. I thought she raced rather well, to be honest. And this is the one thing, you know, we talk about timing in horse racing. It's so hard for a horse to be at the top level and then have a bad race and then just bounce back with an exceptional race. It doesn't happen that often. You'll see them slide a bit, come back up, and then hit their best peak again, and then you'll see them take off. It's very hard. I wasn't shocked. In fact, I was surprised that Tactical Mounds raced as well as she did yesterday. You got the 9-hole, never saw the rail, you're out the whole way, you're following cover, your cover stalls. I thought Scotty did the best job he could given all the circumstances that were presented to him. I thought the filly, the mare, raced good. Aunt Lily, same type of thing. The one thing I noticed too, a lot of our horses that were training down that needed those tighter hobbles, we can start letting them out. I let Freedom Hills out quite a bit the other night. We let Aunt Lily's out a little bit yesterday, but I think they could still go out quite a bit. I thought she raced well. She probably shouldn't have been beat for second. The filly that beat her fair and square. And somebody said, "Well, I guess she's a Buckeye filly." How so? Because she got beat by a horse? I didn't know that we just win every race, and if we don't win, that means the horses don't belong. I think you're taking our philosophy of entering them where they can win to the next level. That's right. It's taking it to the next level. I think Aunt Lily absolutely is a sire stake filly. I think Freedom Hill absolutely is a sire stake filly, and that's, I guess, where they're going to hang out. I had reserved myself to the idea of dropping Freedom Hill down to try and beat up on the Buckeye classes and then race her in the consolation of the final.
Why does it look like money on the race?
She's not racing right now. Where do you live? In a cave? Do you have an address to that cave? We can send you some snail mail. He's been off. But to think that Looks Like Money and Freedom Hill aren't sire stake fillies is, well, I'll put it as easy as this. You're incorrect. They absolutely are sire stake fillies. So, we'll continue to race them as such. You know, if Aunt Lily is going to be third, then absolutely. Same reason for Freedom Hill. As of right now, and I think it's fair to say, Freedom Hill is the better filly of the two today. She wasn't 3 weeks ago. She might not have been 2 weeks ago. She definitely was this week. And I think that was solidified last night. There is nothing wrong with finishing third and 55-1, last I checked. I thought Aunt Lily raced fantastic. She'll get her chances. And if one of those fillies drops down to where we can go sire stake consolation and Buckeye, then that's exactly what I plan on doing. There's no point. The one note that was made by the same gentleman, and you're right, I'd rather not race 2 for 300. I'd rather race 1 for 500 or 1 for 100 at 8 to 5, and the other one at, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 1 at 300 for 300 at the end of the season. That would be 100% correct. You're right. I would like to do that. Why does this keep going back? I'm gonna kill this thing. Can you pull up the calendar from yesterday? It kicked me off. I need it. Does your phone have the ability to have different pages? You tell me how good your phone is.
Well, I need to hold.
I just need one page open for a minute. Just one page. Just the calendar. That's it. Because I didn't turn my hotspot on. Or is my hotspot on?
I don't know, but...
Hold on. No, my hotspot's on. My fault. Sorry. So Aunt Lily raced very good. I'll tell you who raced his butt off yesterday was Blue Ventura. So our day yesterday, and it might have been a little edgy because we were traveling for quite a bit yesterday. It was well over 7 hours we were in the car. I didn't realize how much traffic would be at the border, and I still don't understand why it was so much traffic.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, but honey, no, it wasn't a holiday.
Monday's a holiday.
Yeah, for the people in Canada.
Yeah, the Canadians were going to the States for the holiday.
Really?
Yeah.
All those people are going? I don't think so. There was some sort of, I don't know, but there was some sort of reason that the border was backed up bad. Even the Whirlpool Bridge. I've gone to the Whirlpool. How many times have you gone there? 8, 10 times? Have you ever seen more than 4 cars in the lineup? No, there was 45 in the lineup yesterday. Anyway, I missed all the first part of the card. Hey, you get back in your seat. I missed all the first part of the card and got there just in time to race Rock Shining Star. But I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw. One, a tremendous drive by Justin Walters. Great job by the kid. He's just a kid. That young man, and he did a very good job with yeah, watch.
Was he
Watch. They both jumped.
Since his last race, he's
Yes, he's up. Oh no, he's at the farm jogging. He was out in the field for a week or so. But he's still jogging. He's just not racing. Harry didn't want to turn him out in the field with the old suspensory, and I don't blame him.
Do I need to adjust his training? Is what I'm asking.
For say 10 days, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Blue Ventura, that young man did a tremendous job with that horse yesterday. I was very happy. 1 with the race, 2 with the horse, and 3 with the young man's drive. It's nice to see young drivers. We don't have a lot of them in this continent, to be honest. And to see some young drivers doing well is uplifting, to be honest. So good job by Justin Walters, great job by Blue Ventura, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say good job by Mick and everybody that takes care of Blue Ventura at Tim's Barn, and Tim himself. Great job by everybody. Rock Shining Star was very good. Minor shoeing adjustment, pulled his hobbles in a little bit, got him on a bigger track, and he was great. Now the latter part of that is, would I say, a tiny bit concerning? Maybe. Will he get around Charlottetown PEI? Yes. Will he do it slick as a button? No, he won't. But he can definitely summon up some speed in back class to get him there. There are lots of horses that were in the same boat as him that ended up getting their picture taken the 3rd week in August, 3rd Saturday in August in any given year. And Rock Shining Star raced great last night. Those were good horses he beat. What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay. And I was very, very pleased with the way he did it. I just think he's a really nice horse. He'll likely end up staying at Mohawk or the Meadows when he comes back from Prince Edward Island. And I think we got a really, really nice horse in Rock Shining Star. Ready for landing. I'm happy to report it was a rare break. Felt like he grabbed a bell boot going up to the gate. Now, Joni the Joner over there was there, and it's the first time you saw him race at the Meadows. So I want to believe it's you. I think
that's not true.
I think you caused him to make a break. Yep. He felt like he just grabbed a bell boot. He was coming up to the gate, coming into position. He put a step in. I couldn't hear him do it, but that's what it felt like to me. And I'd said to Tim after the race, no more bell boots on him. He doesn't need them. Take them off. As I said, I can't say that was the reason for the break, but he was fine afterwards. Never put a step in. There was some mucus and pimples found yesterday, and we had raced him a number of weeks in a row. Probably shouldn't have raced him last night. Raced him next week instead, and it's got to be on me a little bit. But instead, we're going to give him next week off. School him the Tuesday of the following week as he prepares for what I hope will be the BLC division. For B division would be fine for Ready for Landing. I think that's the biggest contributing factor, I think, to last night. One, I'm mildly certain he grabbed a bell boot, and that caused the break, but he was a little bit weak, and I think those weeks that had stacked up where he was racing. Just got to give him a week, work on the horse, let him recuperate, and race him on the 17th, and that will be the plan for Ready for Landing. Where people say, well, he's got to be tight. You know, I don't like giving him a week off in between. We did it with Arrowhead Hanover. He was awesome. We are about to do it with Time Is On My Side. I'm happy to report Time Is On My Side got invited to the Milstein today. He will be racing at Northfield Park in the Milstein. I think they go for $300,000, and that's next week. Yes.
Where's Will Gibson on?
He is with Stacy in Southern Ohio.
Status?
No, he's full training. trained. Yeah, he's been training. Actually, I have to get an update from her on Sunday. He would have trained yesterday. I think he's probably close to going on the race bike, I think. So, ready for landing. Him and Drebin will race. Now, Drebin made a break. He'll race next week at the Meadows. Ready for landing is coming off a break. He will not race again until the Beal. And in the Max Hemp, that will be time is on my side the week after the Milstein. Now, Gypsy Hill, Irresistible Sun, both raced good. Gypsy Hill was 3 wide from what appeared to be the better part of the 5/8 pole to the wire. And it looked like he raced pretty good. I mean, the Tennessee Tom and Spazzano, and those are good horses. Our 2 horses hadn't raced in 3 weeks because that field, that series never filled. So we were coming in off training and schooling, and it just wasn't, it's not the same. Do I think that Irresistible Sun can take a run at Tennessee Tom? No, of course not. But I think he's mildly competitive with a lot of the other horses in that division. I think Beaver's horse and Tennessee Tom are the 2 best. Whoever the horse that was 2nd or 3rd on the outside obviously is a contender in that class. Aside from that, we were back, and those were all the best horses. We were back 4 or 5 lengths, and I thought Irresistible Sun raced pretty good to be 5th. And Gypsy Hill, again, a very close 6th or 7th. I thought he raced very admirably also. Patrick DePrano raced good, and that was the race before the calamity with the weather cancellation. I thought he raced good. He did get rough coming off. We put the flip-flops back on him. He did get rough coming off the car. He did get rough coming to the street, coming to the half. So what was that all about? I'm not really sure. I'm sure we can find out soon enough. But Patrick DePrano still raced good, finished up strong. You know, what are you going to say about that race? It was a terrible race. I don't know that I've ever been in a race where it rained that hard in my life. It really was that bad going into the first turn. You couldn't really see everything, right? It was hard to explain, but it was terribly disorienting for sure. Possibly for the horses. Maybe that's why Dave's horse made a break in the first turn. I'm not sure. Prince Charmer, I thought, raced great last night. Closing hard. He's one of those horses that I think as he starts to race better in the fall, there's going to be people that go back and look at his past chart lines because he is getting so much better. That's my personal thought on Prince Charmer. I think he's going to trot in 55 or 56 before Christmas time, and I'm eager to see him do it. I think he's just a run-of-the-mill, meat and potatoes, nice overnight horse, but he is a nice horse to drive and be around. Purple People Eater, 28.58. She's just an okay filly. You really got to try and either cover her up or steal fractions with her, and that's not Greg's fault. He never drove the horse before. I thought she raced okay. She was 3rd, right? 4th. She was 4th. Just get voted out for 3rd. I thought she raced good otherwise. No complaints with her. You just have to know the filly. She's just much like Prince Charmer. She's better than Prince Charmer, but in the same realm, where not quite a solid Buckeye horse, but a very solid overnight horse. And then I'm fancy like probably the trip she should have got last week in some way or another is to take her back. I think that maybe Hunter didn't realize she had raced for 3 weeks or forgot. I don't know. But coming off 3 weeks layoff in a terrible chart line, Luke had to take her right off the car and race her up the inside to finish up the mile. That's exactly what she needed. She probably paced, what, 56, I'm going to say? Something like that last night. But that was ready, where she was ready to go coming back off of a bit of a tough trip and a layoff. So that was last night in a nutshell. Obviously today we got Cleveland Masha, My Wicked Heart in Arson. That'll be an exciting day for everybody. Our day will be well underway when we get to Michigan. Just going to settle in and relax. It'll be nice. We could have been here a little earlier, but I think some other people were relaxing a bit too much in the morning. And then Monday, we have a big day on Monday. A ton of stuff going on, and I will be an absolute spectator, except for Mountaineer Prince and Sunset Acres Girl. I'll be driving them in Michigan. I told everybody, I had a ton of people message me saying, I think you're crazy for going to Michigan. I can't believe you're going to get down there and drive a fair horse when you have all these other horses. But really, I didn't have any other horses. You were one of the people. But truthfully speaking, I wasn't driving Chicago Hall. Scotty was already on all the horses in Lexington. I really would have went there just to drive Memory and Imagination. It's unnecessary. And, you know, as far as Northfield Park, Love and Affection, first start, from what Jason tells me, she should do very well. Hunter just drove. Great bet, right? think Great Bet speaks for himself. He's been racing great, and I assume he still will remain doing that. I just think we got a great lineup, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be a spectator racing at the Michigan Fair tomorrow. I know that Amy's excited to go to the fair. Addie's not listening to me. Everybody, I think, is looking forward to having a great time in Michigan, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So with that, I'm going to let you go. That's what took place yesterday. That's what's taking place right now, today, tomorrow. You guys are all caught up. I'm going to run through all our videos, finish up my opening, which I didn't get to finish because my phone melted down. But we'll do all that starting right now. I did want to get you this video. Now you have it. We'll talk to you all very soon.